I want to introduce myself. I am teaching physics, and I translate the Moodle source into Korean, and I translate the LAMS, Learning Activity Management System, and ELG. ELG is a social networking system, but they changed a lot. I translate this one, 1.1. 0.9, but in this stage the version number is 1.7, so I didn't catch up the new version. It changes so much, and I translate open journal system. We can use this system for the online journal or online conference, and I translate the Mahara e-portfolio, and here we have a Professor Won-ho. I interest Won Ho-won. He is a professor at the Gwangju National University. He has a own company, Jinotech, good company, and his wife also came here. Very energetic. I met Professor Won Ho-won 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. At the time, he told me that there is some software, Moodle. I just heard it. And then after 6 months later, I remember the word. So one day, I was nothing to do. So I tried to find something. Try to find Moodle. And I have time, so I just tried to install, and I installed it very quickly. So I'm very surprised because the Moodle software is quite big, so I think it is impossible for me to install the software. And I began to study the Moodle at the time, and then I tried to visit the Moodle.org. At the time, there was a Professor Timothy Allen. He was with the Hannam University, and he facilitated the Moodle course, Korean Moodle course at the time, and I wrote an email to him, and I helped him to translate the Moodle into Korean. So at the time we met him 2006 January, or February. So at the time we began to start a Moodle workshop. So I'm very fortunate to meet him because he introduced me Moodle, and I am very fortunate to meet Professor Won-ho, and he introduced me Moodle. Today my talk is like this. I'll introduce Moodle user community in Korea, and I want to introduce the advantage of Moodle, and I'll discuss about 3 principles for effective online learning, and I'll discuss about a few topics in Moodle because I have only 20 minutes. So, this is a website for our Korean Moodle user community. Last week we have a 8th Moodle workshop in Seoul. And Professor Won-ho and I collaborate to make some module for the Moodle. This is a week. You can see, yeah. This is a standard short messages system for Korean company using Korean company service, and Genotech developed this kind of thing, and this is a neighbor dictionary block for the Moodle, and this is a Adobe Acrobat Connecting Meeting module. So we have a Adobe Acrobat Connecting Meeting Pro server at the university. We use this one to make a video conference or make a recording. Oh, sorry. And recently we made some upload module for Zinix. Zinix is a famous #1 authoring tool, e-learning contents authoring tool in Korea. I just modified a little Adobe Presenter module to make this one. And I searched how many sites is in Korea. We have only 114 sites in Korea, but Taiwan, Japan, Thailand has a lot of Moodle sites. I don't know why there are so small number of Moodle sites in Korea, but there may be some reason, because Korean university begin to invest money to e-learning early 1997, 1999. So they already purchased the LMS system before Moodle came out. So they use homemade or Korean-made LMS system. So maybe that may be one of the reasons, or there may be one of the reasons maybe, but I don't know actually. As you know, Moodle is open source. I think many of you already know Moodle. And there are many users. And learning resources and learning activities can be arranged for effective learning scenario. Which, I mean, we can select any activities we like. We can choose the order of the learning sequence, and we can use some pedagogy for the effective e-learning, and we can also use Moodle for blended learning. If you want to what is Moodle? If you want to know what is Moodle, you may try to visit Open University openlearn.open.ac.uk. This is an example of Moodle site. The site is, the Moodle for this university is a little different because they customize a lot. They transform every text into XML, and they use some different blocks to make, for example, to make a learning club. This is like a blog, and they use some similar program, but they change a lot, maybe a lot, and there are many interesting things here. There's many open course in open.ac.uk. You can download, you can print out some contents from this site. They provide some link to print out the course material. And they can transform, there's some blog, and you can change the format into IMS common cartridge format, so you can use it at the other LMS system. Anyway, if you want to learn about the Moodle, you can visit this site. And also there is another site, labspace.open.ac.uk. In here we can author contents, we can arrange the contents, we can modify, we can mix, remix, reuse the content here. And so anyone can author here. You can make any topic here. Okay, so we can share the contents. Here you can download the contents. If there is something good, you can download. Here you can also something using their tools. And if you want to make a good online learning, this may be helpful. I don't know the name. I forgot the name of the author, but here's I got the paper from this site. Someone at some university, she received the Sloan C medal for the excellent teaching, online teaching. She summarized his teaching method into three items, three principles. The first principle is that let the student do most of our work. Professor just helper. Professor is just a facilitator. And the second principle is that the interaction is the heart and the soul of the effective asynchronous learning. And the third one is the type of presence. This is a little difficult to explain. It's a desire to participate in the discussion forum or desire to express themselves into the learning site. So this is an online presence concept. In Moodle, as you know, there are many learning activities. Forum, we can use forum to initiate some self-studying. I mean, we can give some topics to students and some reference. They read the reference and they start to discuss one by one. They can progress to a deeper understanding of the subject by discussing. And we can use wiki for the collaboration work, and we can also use assignment and blog, audio recorder, quiz, and LAMS. I wonder you want to see the real site because let me show a little later. And there are another course format. Typically, we use topics course format and weekly format, or little social format. But this project format is a little interesting because in here you can copy weekly topic. I mean, one weekly topic you can copy and save. Usually, if you want to back up the course, everything is backed. But if you are using project course format, you can copy. You can back up individual session. I mean, small unit, 1 week or 2 weeks. You can back up and copy. And there's another interesting course format. This product format is being developed by Dan Hinkelman in Japan. There are 2 or 3 famous English professors in Japan. They are developing some good module for Moodle. One is Dan Hinkelman, and another one is I can't remember. Another one, he developed a Moodle reader module for the reading books. Yes. In Moodle, we can use some filter to facilitate the authoring. Multimedia plugin. If you link some multimedia, then the player can be embedded automatically if you are using this kind of plugin. We can use math filter, text filter, or algebra filter. We can use Viris filter. Maybe there is another filter, Maple not filter maybe. Yeah, sorry. And we can use we can display graphs using GeoGebra, and we can use syntax highlighting. We can use some movie, and we can use some recorder, audio recorder using Nanogong. This one is developed by Hong Kong Science Technology. Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Yes. And we can make a quiz using web interface of Moodle, or if you are English teacher, you can use GIFD format. You can type quiz in Notepad or some word processor, then you can import it to Moodle. There's another format, ICANN format, and you can use Moodle XML format. If you want to include the picture in the quiz, you should use Moodle XML format. GIFD format only can include text file. But if you want to include a figure into the quiz, you should use XML format, or you can use QDoc. This is a commercial software, but anyone can also quiz and download the quiz. And we can also use hot potato. Okay, sorry. And if you want to include the audio of a student or your voice, we can use audio recorder or Nanogong. If we want to use web meeting or online meeting, we can use DimDim. If you want to student make some video, we can use Kaltura or Flash Media Server. I think Chris know well about the Flash Media Server. Excellent, expert. Oh, sorry. So I'll show you our site. Okay. Already it's 6:29, so I don't know. We started
a little late.
Yeah. Oh, it's slow. Yeah, this is our site, and this is a word from ancient Chinese scholar, and we can use. Let me show you my class. Yeah, just some quiz and some assignment. I didn't use much of the activity. I want to use many activities, but I don't know how to use. I know how to use the activity, but I'm not familiar with the online pedagogy. So I try to learn about the online pedagogy, effective online pedagogy. And we can construct our course using adding some text page, web page, and we can add Adobe Presenter contents, and we can add Chinese Presto Korean contents. And we are using many different activities: Adobe Connect Meeting, game, OUWiki, project manager, question creation, leader. This is a module for online reading, and Moodle and.
Professor, what
What version of Moodle are you using?
1.9.6 new, this recent version. And allows to so many activities.
So all these activities are already in 1.9?
Yes. And anyway, we can add some page and we can use some audio recording facility here. If you click this one, we can record, anyone can record, student can record their voice using this toolbar. Typically, professors feel difficult. Moodle is a little difficult because there are so many buttons, there are so many options. That's a problem. For example, if you want to configure some wiki or some forum, there are many options. So I think for the beginner, I usually say neglect every option. Just accept default option. Or change only one or two options. So that's my, I usually told everybody, do not touch, just to change only one thing or two things. So typically, if you want to add resources or activities, the first step is setting or configuration of the activity. That makes the people difficult. I mean, difficult to understand this Moodle system. Moodle is very good and flexible because this is open source. Anyone can add a module or change code if he has some ability. So I should finish my talk. Okay. So I want to conclude my talk. Moodle is open source, so anyone can change or add function. And I recommend open.s.uk. This can be next version of Moodle, or this can be beta version, similar version. And December 10th, maybe December 10th, Moodleas, it is a company, Moodle partner company, and they will release Joule. Joule is a complex system based on Moodle. They integrate everything into Joule, and they may have ePortfolio or other system integration software. So this will be good. The user interface will be very good, this Joule. So maybe we should wait until December 10th. And in Korea, Genotech and UBN can support the Moodle installation hosting. Professor Ono has a company, Genotech, good company, and UBN, this company in Seoul, they can provide support for the Moodle. Thank you for your attention.